Hello everybody, welcome back to the US Global Mail channel, where once again we're here to answer all mail and shipping related questions that you may have. Today we'll be talking about stamps. When you're about to send out a letter, you may be wondering, how many stamps do I need for that letter? In this video, we will be covering the number of stamps you need for both domestic and international mailing. Let's start off with domestic letter shipping. In order to send a letter within the US, you only need to pay 55 cents for a domestic forever stamp. The expected arrival time for that letter will be 1 to 3 business days. Depending on the weight of your mail, the cost can go up from there, so the 55 cents is just for the first ounce, and then for every other ounce you'll want to add 15 cents to your total amount. Keep in mind there are 5 requirements in order for your mail to qualify for the domestic forever postage. Number 1, the envelope needs to be at least 5 inches by 3.5 inches, but not bigger than 11.5 inches by 6.1 inches, and the thickness no more than 1/4 inch. Number 2, it needs to have uniform thickness. Number 3, it must be rectangular. Number 4, it must be bendable. If not, you may have to pay an additional 21 cents since it will be classed as a non-machinable item. Number 5, if your envelope is square, it needs to be at least 5 inches. Since this too is non-machinable, you will also need to pay an additional 21 cents for square envelopes. Now I want to talk about the next topic of domestic postcard shipping. If you intend on sending a postcard within the US, then mailing a postcard will be much cheaper than mailing a letter. The cost to mail a postcard domestically is only 35 cents, and you will be using the postcard stamp. If you wanted to or have some extra left over of domestic forever stamps, you are welcome to use those as well. However, you will be overpaying slightly, and if you are planning on purchasing stamps from scratch, we would recommend you look for the postcard stamp for 35 cents. In order to be eligible for this stamp, your postcard needs to be rectangular, with other sizes having an additional charge. It must be at least 3.5 inches high by 5 inches long. It must be at least 0.007 inches thick. It cannot be bigger than 4.25 inches high by 6 inches long. It cannot be thicker than 0.016 inches. That sounds like quite complex for sending mail. Alright, moving on to international mail now. Unfortunately, we cannot cover every single country on the map and what you would expect to pay in stamps. However, we will do our best to cover the 2 most frequent destinations from the US, which is the UK and Canada. Sending a letter from the US to the UK. The easiest way to send a letter from the US to the UK is with the Global Forever stamp. This stamp only costs $1.20 and features a green succulent. If you would like to use a domestic forever stamp to send a letter from the US to the UK, you can do so, but only by adding the number of stamps to make up that $1.20 amount. Now, sending a letter from the US to Canada. Global Forever stamps will be the easiest way to send out mail to Canada. But, as with the case of the UK, you are welcome to use any of the other domestic stamps, just as long as you add the number of stamps to make up the dollar amount. Another question is, how many stamps do you need to send a 9x12 envelope? Even though we have covered most of the envelope sizes that you are probably interested in, you might still be struggling with the postage that is required for larger envelopes. In short, you need 2 domestic forever stamps, so expect to pay $1 for it. This, however, is only for the first ounce, and you will need to purchase additional stamps depending upon the weight of the envelope itself. If you do not want to use the domestic forever stamp for your 9x12 envelope, then you are welcome to use any other stamp combination, as long as once again you reach the same dollar amount. Okay, now that we covered letters, let's talk about parcels. Unfortunately, trying to calculate the number of stamps required for parcels becomes more complicated than calculating the number of stamps you need for letters. The USPS, however, has implemented an online postage calculator, so you can figure out how many stamps you will need prior to going to the post office. Okay, here's how you can use it. Select the destination country, type in the zip codes, yours and the recipient's, choose the date and time you'll be mailing it, choose the type of postage you want to use, click on Display All Options, and this will let you compare the costs for each shipping service. You can add extra options too, like insurance and registered mail certificate of mailing, and more. After that, you'll be shown the final cost. Now, grab your stamps and use as many as you need in order to cover the shipping costs. After reviewing all of that, here's an alternative to receiving packages and mail. For USPS customers, there are some better mail receiving options. When you get a piece of mail, traditionally, you would either get it at your mailbox at your home or at a registered PO box at your local post office. However, you would not necessarily get any notifications of new mail, and most importantly, what is the mail that you received. Although the USPS has come up with a digital option to sending notifications and even preview images of your mail, a virtual program called Informed Delivery, it is still in its earlier stages. It has only been around for a few years and has several issues with reporting new mail arrival accurately. US Global Mail is the leader in virtual mailboxes since 1999. The largest company by revenue, it has been managing mail for tens of thousands of customers over the years. The way it works is you get a physical street address to which all mail and packages are sent moving forward. Then you log into your virtual mailbox account, which will digitally display the image of your mail or package. From within your digital mailbox, you can even request a mail scan to be completed, so any letters that are inside your envelope can be scanned and uploaded into your account. This means that all mail can be viewed online, even packages. Shipping comes with up to 80% off what you would typically pay in retail shipping. Due to the volume of shipping US Global Mail handles, we're able to get great discounts from shipping companies such as UPS, USPS, and FedEx, which are then passed down to you, the customer. Feel free to check out the link in the description below if you would like to get started for free. Thanks for stopping by today, and have yourself a wonderful day.